Hey, it's Mike Andes here, founder at Homeworks. I want to talk about AI, MCP access, and what we're building to help home service operators win in this new era of technology. Every morning, most of us are answering the same few questions. Which jobs are falling behind? Which crew needs more work on the schedule? What money is sitting on the table? You can also what leads came in last night? Or what estimates need followed up on? And what if, instead of digging through your CRM, your reports, your messages, your spreadsheets, you could just ask your AI agent? That's the direction we're taking Homeworks. And we're starting beta access for MCP now. MCP might sound technical, but here's what it really means. Your AI assistant can securely log into Homeworks, see your data, pull reports, and eventually take action based on plain English commands. You do not need to know how to write code. You don't have to build software. You don't have to jump between 5 different tools. You just ask it. You can ask it for your 10 biggest pending estimates, done in seconds. You can ask it to summarize today's dispatch board, which crews are done, which crews are behind, and what still needs your attention. That becomes your morning briefing. And without touching the app, without going into Homeworks. And in fact, one tester set up a workflow because we've allowed several members already into the beta test for the MCP access. And they set up this great automation where leads, when after hour calls would come in, they were added to Homeworks, a draft estimate and welcome text was created. And all of that was being done while they slept automatically. This is really where technology is going. Your business data should be accessible where you need it and when you need it, instead of being locked inside one piece of software. Now, we believe Homeworks should be the operational hub of your business, not just where you manage jobs, not just where your schedule lives, or we have a whole bunch of estimates, invoices, customers, payments, your crews, your employees, all that's stored in there. Not just that though. Homeworks should be the foundation that everything else can build on. Because AI tools are going to be easier to use. They're going to be easier to create. Anyone right now can spin up a tool really easily, really fast. But that does not mean every tool is safe. A lot of these tools are not built on real infrastructure. They may not have proper databases, strong authentication, secure payment handling, or scalable systems behind them. And this really matters. And the last thing you want is your customers' data, your business's data, payment information being leaked and being ran through some random tool that were thrown together using vibe coding. And that's really the difference with Homeworks. This is not some vibe coded together over the weekend piece of software. There's real engineers, real infrastructure, real systems, real security, and a platform that's already handling millions in revenue and tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of jobs every single day. So AI tools certainly have a place. I think it's going to be an awesome future for us to be able to build custom dashboards and be able to have automations. These things have their place. And these are outside tools that you'll be able to build on, but they should be built on top of a secure foundation where all of that data is safe inside of Homeworks. Now, for some of you, when I say open API and MCP access, you're excited and it gives you serious leverage in your business. You can already have all sorts of ways like tracking churn and being able to see lead attribution. That's awesome. And you've been waiting for some time because you want to connect your own tools, build custom dashboards, create automations, and tie everything back into Homeworks without duct taping everything with third-party connectors like Zapier. Now, for others, you're not going to forget what's this MCP, AI, API, what are we talking about? Don't worry, that's fine. You're going to hear these words and you might be confused for now, but you will still benefit. Because as we open this up and we allow for MCP access, the ecosystem around Homeworks gets stronger. Better integrations, cleaner automations, more done-for-you solutions, more tools that you can plug into Homeworks without you needing to understand the technical side. This is really the value of having the community inside Homeworks, where we can share these tools that plug into the common foundation of Homeworks. The operators, in my opinion, who lean into this early are going to have a real advantage. They will move faster, they will operate faster and leaner, they're going to save a lot of costs of admin and back and forth with customers, and they're going to have really clean data to be able to make better decisions inside their business. And this is only the first step. Now, over the next 90 days, we've already started the events refactor inside of Homeworks. That is so important for this foundation to become even more powerful so that when you have your AI agent inside of Homeworks, that the data is clear, it is stable, and is accurate. And this is why we're doing this over the next 90 days with the events refactor and making sure that things like recurring series, off seasons, and so many elements around scheduling are rock solid. We are currently bringing operators like yourself into the beta now because your feedback should really be the thing that shapes how we build the access of the AI into Homeworks. We want to be sure that as we build this powerful tool and feature inside of Homeworks, that it's shaped by operators like yourself that have real world experience inside home services. So if you want to be part of the beta, the link is down in the email. You can fill out the form and it only takes a few minutes. The form's going to ask a little bit about your workflows and what you want automated using AI, and whether you are familiar with APIs or MCP. This is the beginning of Homeworks becoming more than software that you log into. It is the hub your business is built on with AI and other tools plugged into it. Everything connected, everything flowing back into one secure place. That's the future we're building.